Ahead of the 2023 season with the Michigan Wolverines, there were murmurs, quiet but yet murmurs, about Harbaugh potentially leaving Michigan after this season to go to the NFL. The want and the admiration to get a Super Bowl, to restore a team to glory like he has done at Michigan. And then as the season progressed, the murmurs became a little bit louder and louder, and the signs became bigger and bigger, pointing all to one direction, the NFL. And after winning that national championship with Michigan, it was all but set in stone that he was going to end up in the NFL. And it wasn't a matter of who's going to want him. It was more of who did he want. As soon as he became a head coach on the free agent market to join the NFL, everybody wanted an interview with Jim Harbaugh. Not Bill Belichick, Jim Harbaugh. The Atlanta Falcons, the Carolina Panthers, the Las Vegas Raiders, the Los Angeles Chargers. You name a team that didn't have a head coach, guess who they called? Jim Harbaugh. Why? Because when he joins a team, he doesn't leave until the job is finished. And he also can turn things around just like that. He is that good of a coach. He knows what it takes to be successful at any level of football. FCS, he won 2 Pioneer Cups with San Diego. FBS, he restored Stanford. He made them look from a crapshoot to a very talented top 5 team in the country. Michigan, mediocrity to the cream of the crop in college football. The 49ers, disaster to the Super Bowl. No matter where he goes, he has success. And when he had the option of picking what place he wanted to go to, he looked at them all and said, I want to go to the Chargers, which ultimately made the most sense. Why? Well, first of all, familiarity. When Jim Harbaugh joins a team, he wants to have some sort of connection to them. When he was playing in the NFL, he was helping out as a recruiter with his dad at Western Kentucky. Boom. Connection. First head coaching gig was at the University of San Diego. And what did San Diego offer? Well, familiarity. Where did he play 2 seasons in the NFL? San Diego Chargers. University of San Diego equals San Diego. Stanford. His dad was a defensive coordinator there prior years before. Familiarity. His dad coached there. He coached there. Michigan. Alum. Beloved quarterback of the Wolverines. Familiarity was in the air at Michigan. And to round things out, now he goes to the Los Angeles Chargers. And what does Los Angeles offer in the Chargers? Familiarity. Ownership's the same. He played for this owner. Now he coaches for the owner. He has a sense of pride and understanding of what it means to be a Charger and what it takes to be successful under this franchise. Reason number 2, he has a quarterback in place. Not just any quarterback, Justin Herbert, a bona fide top 8 quarterback in the league. What do those other teams offer at quarterback? Projects, help, distress, question marks. Bryce Young, a number 1 pick that hasn't turned out too well. The Falcons, bad and bad. The Raiders, Aiden O'Connell, Jimmy Garoppolo. There were no quarterbacks that even reached 20% of what Herbert is. And the third thing the Chargers offer is command of the franchise. Who do they hire first between their GM vacancy and their head coach vacancy? Their head coach. They brought in Harbaugh. Who are they interviewing to be GMs of the Chargers? GMs that have a good relationship and familiarity with Jim Harbaugh. And they're giving him control because they understand in order to win, we must trust in Jim. And that's why Jim Harbaugh picked the Los Angeles Chargers. And the reason why this was a home run hire by the Los Angeles Chargers is because Jim Harbaugh has a special touch to make garbage turn to gold. The Chargers have been a disappointment for the past 4 seasons under Brandon Staley and Herbert, not meeting expectations, not being able to win in the playoffs, not knowing what it takes to be a successful team, putting up a lot of points, allowing a lot of points, allowing few points, scoring less points. They did everything the wrong way, despite having the talent to do it the right way. And so that's why bringing in Jim Harbaugh was the right decision. I alluded to it earlier. Everything he touches turns to gold. Well, let's look at his track record and his resume. When he was an assistant recruiter at Western Kentucky from 1994 to 2001, he recruited 17 players that were all rostered when they won the FCS championship. Gold. 2002 to 2003, he was an assistant coach for the Raiders. You know what he did on the Raiders as an assistant coach? He helped coach Rich Gannon, their quarterback at the time. And what did the Raiders do in their first season with Jim Harbaugh? Helping Rich Gannon perform his best? They went to the Super Bowl. He won the MVP. He was a Pro Bowler. Gold. He went to the University of San Diego from 2004 to 2006. And what did he do for San Diego? He brought them 2 Pioneer Cups, top of the league, 11-1 in 2 seasons, 7-5 in his first year there. Turned around the program. Went to Stanford, 2007 to 2010. The records, you ask? 4-8, 5-7, 8-5, 12-1. And you look at those records and you think, well, dang, he didn't really do too much. Look at the season prior, 1-11. They were terrible, lackluster, didn't have talent, hard team to coach, and somehow righted the ship and made them look like one of the best teams in the country, beating Southern Cal when they were undermanned, beating Pete Carroll, and showing that Stanford is actually somewhat legit. After that, he went to San Francisco in the 49ers. NFC Championship, Super Bowl, NFC Championship, first 3 years there. He brought them their first division title since 2002. San Francisco hadn't won the division for 10 years, and he brought them a division title in his first and led them all the way to the NFC conference game. Gold. Last but not least, the team that has brought me more stress than many other teams have ever had. The Michigan Wolverines. He coached there from 2015 to 2023. We all know the 3 college football playoff appearances, the national championship, beating Ohio State 3 times in a row for the first time since 1995. But let's also look at the direction of this team and how they were faring beforehand under the Brady Hoke era. 11-2, 8-5, 7-6, 5-7. Worse and worse and worse each year. Hard to watch football at a team that should always be, some people might say top 10, but in reality, they should always be a top 6 team in the entire country, year in and year out. And he restored them to glory, only having 1 season under 500 in his entire tenure at Michigan. And what season was that? The COVID year, when Michigan only played 6 games, when nobody knew what the heck was going on. He returned them to greatness. Jim Harbaugh was by far the best candidate on the market, and there was eight head coach vacancies. And I guarantee you he's already better than half the coaches in the league right now, if not more. He was the cream of the crop because he could bring you gold. In Los Angeles, they struck gold.